Hello, this is Dr. Alan Franklin with Victory Hearing and Balance Center here in South Austin. What we're looking to cover in this next video is proper ways or methodology for cleaning different styles of hearing aids. So bear with me, we're going to split this video so you can see more closely what I'm working with. First, let's discuss cleaning procedure of a standard behind-the-ear hearing aid. So this represents a standard behind-the-ear hearing aid connected to a custom ear mold via this tube right here. The ear mold itself is made of silicone or acrylic, and it's custom molded to the ear specifically. The important aspects with cleaning, or the most important aspect when cleaning this style of hearing aid, is keeping wax or debris in your ear canal out of the air passageway or the sound passageway in the custom earpiece. In the custom earpieces, typically you're going to have one hole for the sound to pass, a second hole which serves as a pressure ventilation passageway. That way when the ear mold is in your ear, it doesn't literally plug up the ear, it allows air to bypass the earpiece as well. The most common tool, or the most recommended tool to use to clean your hearing aids, is a simple tool like this, whereas one side has a small wire loop. Hopefully you can see that against the black backdrop there. The other side has a little brush. Okay? The most important side is the wire loop side. We're going to take that and scoop out both of these holes, thereby removing any debris. Now, the one benefit to a behind-the-ear hearing aid is that the ear mold does not contain any electronics, so typically they're not very fragile, so you can just go for it there and not worry about damaging anything. So we're going to clean out both the air passageway and the receiver tube. A second thing you may want to consider here is running something similar to this monofilament through the air passageways to ensure that it's unplugged. And if you'll watch this, from the outside, I'll push that right through the air passageway, and it pokes through without any problems, indicating that the passage is open and air can bypass very easily. The last thing you may want to consider with the hearing aid itself is using the brush side to clear any debris over the sound inputs or microphone ports on top of the hearing aid, the microphone opening in the front as well. On occasion, you may even wish to open the battery door and brush that out as well. Now, the other common style of hearing aid is a custom in-the-ear hearing aid. I realize this one is bigger than most of them, but the cleaning procedure is really much the same irregardless of size, so I chose the largest one for demonstration purposes. Same as the behind-the-ear hearing aid, our primary interest is to keep the sound opening and air vent on this device open and free of blockage. So first we'll take that same wire loop tool here, and we're going to use that to scoop out the air hole. Now the receiver hole as well, some of these will often use a type of wax trap or wax guard, if you will. If they have a wax guard in place, if your hearing aid does have some apparatus there, you cannot clean it out with the wire loop. If it just has the open tube, feel free to scoop it out with the wire loop. But in an in-the-ear hearing aid, keep in mind, all of the electronics are within the shell here, so be a little less aggressive and very careful with regards to how deep you insert that wire loop. So maybe just half the wire loop, scoop it out just like so. You can be a little more aggressive with the air hole here. Now in another video I'll discuss how to change those wax guards on a couple of styles. On the outside of the hearing aid, take the black brush side here, and we're going to use that to brush off the faceplate and gently brush the sound intake or the microphone openings on the outside of the hearing aid. Okay. Alright, and that should cover how to properly clean both an in-the-ear custom device and a behind-the-ear, standard size behind-the-ear as well. Once again, on a separate video I encourage you to watch, we'll discuss changing the various wax traps or wax guards. Dr. Alan Franklin, Victory Hearing and Balance Center, 512-443-3500. Thank you. Have a great day. While there are many shapes and sizes of wax traps, I'm going to show you the two most common that we use here at Victory Hearing and Balance Center here in Austin. The first of which, well, let's talk about a receiver in the ear micro style BTE. This is a very common style of hearing aid used today. This particular one is from a Swiss hearing aid company named Phonak. Now the wax trap itself is contained at the end of the little receiver here. Now we actually have two pieces to worry about here, the first of which is this non-custom flexible dome sitting on the end here. That can be removed by pinching the tip of the dome and pulling the dome off. Now most of the time in this particular design, wax blocks up the passageway there. The wax is actually trapped inside the dome. The dome can be cleaned very easily. I usually recommend the use of a wire loop tool just like this. The dome can be cleaned very easily by inserting the wire loop tool in the end of the dome and cleaning it out like such. Frankly, a paper clip works just fine for cleaning out these domes as well. Now secondly, at the end of the receiver, I'm not sure if you can see this on camera, but you have a very small white basket on the end here. This is the wax trap in question. Now the wax traps, this particular type of wax trap comes in a case like such. You first open up the case, revealing lots of tools. We take one of those tools. You'll see on one side of the tool has a new white filter tip. The other side of the tool has a very little hook. The hook is used to remove the old filter. I'm going to take that little hook and I'm going to push it right into the center of the wax trap. Ideally, when I pull, the wax trap comes out with the tool. So now we have no trap on the end here. We take the tool, turn it around, push the new trap directly into the hole, and remove. The wax trap stays in the receiver. We've just replaced the wax trap on this hearing aid. We can then slide the dome back on the tip just like so. A similar arrangement from another receiver in the ear style hearing aid is this guy right here from another hearing aid hearing aid company called Oticon. Once again, non-custom dome on the end. We pinch just the very tip and remove. The new filters in this case come in a case just like this. We remove one of the tools, just like the Phonak product. One side of the tool has a new filter. The other side of the tool has a hook to remove the old filter. We'll take the side with no filter on it, just the hook, and we push that directly into the existing filter. We pull, removing the old filter. We turn the tool around, push the new filter down into the hole, and remove. And we've just changed the filter, the wax basket, on this Oticon product. The dome itself, we can, just like the other product, we can scoop it out with the wire loop, poke a toothpick through it, whatever you like, and it just slides right back on the tip, right back on the end here. Now the same procedure is used with custom hearing aids that have a wax trap. Not all of them do, but if they do, that same white basket sits right in front of the receiver. There you go. Now this particular one is not the correct wax basket, but I'm showing you for demonstration purposes. If it was, we would take the same tool here, poke, pull to remove the old filter, turn it around, push, and leave the new filter in the custom in-the-ear device as well. I hope that's been helpful. This is Dr. Alan Franklin with Victory Hearing and Balance Center, 512-443-3500. Have a good day.